Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plain Tables Camp in Philly. Now, there was a little scuffle, a fight between, well, punches were thrown, so it was a fight between Isupk and Iuic. You can assume the details by what you see, but they should have never been that close. If two camps are near each other, there should be a clear line of demarcation so that that mistake won't happen with the grabbing of the chair and pushing it to the side, or I guess he thought he was trying to steal it or something like that, or touch his property, like disrespecting the other group by doing that, and he just leaped at him because of that. That should have never even happened, because there should have been a clear line of separation. All right. And furthermore, they shouldn't have been near each other. All right. So we were never taught to walk up to another camp and get that close to them and preach. We were never taught that. So that's not within our guidelines or rules to go near another camp, be that close to them, have our stuff like almost touching each other, so a mistake like that would never happen in a Great Millstone camp. All right. Now, if somebody attack us, that's different, then we'll just have to defend ourselves, it's case by case basis, depending on what force is coming at us, and Iuic did something similar. They defended themselves based upon upon that situation. All right. It seemed like the Iuic guy grabbed this chair or item, and I guess he thought he was going to take it, or he felt disrespected of him, touching the property, and then leaped at him. Then that sparked, the other guy to jump in. So that should have never happened, because they stuff should have never been that close to each other. If they were going to, sit there and cuss each other out, or one party cuss the other party out for whatever reason, they should be clearly separated. Should not be that close to each other. All right. Again, that's a few things. That's my 2 cents on that. The elders, our apostles did their videos on that. We're not supposed to be buddy and with the other groups that are not Great Millstone members. All right. So the elders made it clear that we to be separate from them. There may have been there was some mingling beforehand. There were certain groups that are okay with us, but that's not moving forward. We're not to associate on the behind the scenes level with them. They're not supposed to come to high holy days and all that and break bread with them. We're not supposed to do that. What we're supposed to do if we see them, as our instructions from our apostles was to say shalom, and that's it. All right. If you're not in Great Millstone, we are not to have fellowship with them outside of saying shalom on the street in public. All right. Especially the one those two main groups, but there's other groups that we're not supposed to be mingling with either, that we're cool with. If they're not in Great Millstone, they're not in Great Millstone. All right. And we're not supposed to be breaking bread and co-mingling with them in any way. All right. That's per the orders. All right. It was originally like that, but there were some mingling here and there, but moving forward, absolutely none. All right, so you can check these videos out here to get pretty much the same thing And I'm saying now. All right. Really, that was a Ariam Labs video. Right there. Check that out. So, all right. I have a few here. Because when we go out, we shouldn't be going out, to get into melees with anyone. And the melee wouldn't have happened if they weren't that close to each other. In the past, our elders have gone to different locations, but they always kept it was a different spirit, and they didn't get like super close. They weren't because you can see the different when the elders and the apostles went to the Jehovah's Witness church. That was a different spirit. All right. It may have been high energy, but there was no contention like they weren't about to throw hands, or their stuff wasn't commingled. They didn't have their stuff. They weren't at the front door of the church. Not, they were way too close to each other. That was inappropriate. That's an inappropriate way to preach. All right. Like other brothers were saying, the elders, they was saying don't if one person was there, just leave. You can have some words, but just ultimately you're not going to set up camp there. Is the point. No matter what you say to them, just don't set up camp and start preaching. Don't get that close to them. Because I understand you're going to be offended if somebody's in your spot, all right, or somebody's saying something to you that you believe is wrong. But just don't. Ultimately, the camp shouldn't have started while they were, next to each other. Now, whoever was, came second, shouldn't have been there. All right, that close. If you're going to be in the same area, move down the block, middle of the block, or something like that. That seems reasonable. All right, Romans 12:18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. And we looked at word peaceably. G15:14. Do I have that up? Yeah, 15:14. Got I renew. And it means here, I'm not so much focused on harmony or to keep peace. I'm looking at cultivate. All right. Cultivate. To cultivate. I think I have the word up. It means to promote or improve the growth. So it's active. So it's a verb. All right. To prepare to work. All right. So when you go out and preach, we got to prepare to be at peace. All right. Getting that close, that's not preparing to be at peace. To develop and grow. All right. To produce, to improve, or to promote or improve the growth by labor and intention. And being that close was just contentious. All right. To promote or improve the growth by labor and attention. All right. That was contention. Being that close to each other. Whoever came there second. All right. Because whoever was there first, they were just there first. I don't know who was there first. All right. It says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. All right. Yeah, so somebody was there in your spot or whatever. We don't know all the details as of yet. But, just have some words, because I know more than likely you ain't just going to leave. But, don't have like threatening words, And just, if they're going to stay there, just find another spot. I mean, it's simple as that. Have some words. People have been in our spots, Like, I'm not going to say, like, I just walked away. We just walked away. I was the first elder brother there. We just asked them, this is where we normally teach. Can y'all move? It was some people playing a damn card game, whatever, on a box, ripping off people, and he knew who he was, and they just packed their stuff up. There was a little back and forth, got into a little argument, but they left. All right, and we learned from that. All right, so as much as lieth in you. So if someone's in your spot or someone's doing something that's they disrespecting you or whatever, have some words, keep things calm. It shouldn't get to the point where someone is where y'all about to fight, unless they attack you, or they get to a distance and you think that they're going to assault you. That's different, but do your best to defuse the situation. Again, we've been in situations where people got in our face and we had to defend ourselves or whatever, because it's a certain distance. You got to maintain that respectful level distance. All right, but if possible, try to avoid it. Definitely don't unpack next to somebody. Use your best judgment. Somebody's already there, just move to a different spot. All right, have some words. Don't try to force them to leave. But sometimes the public, they'll get funky ass attitudes and want to fight and shit. Just you just gotta use your wisdom. That happened to us a few times. All right. They both wrong. That's just my opinion. But whoever was there first, was more right. Hold them down for the police, like we trying to get them arrested and shit. Like, what the hell, But again, you might have thought they had weapons, But I guess that's what certain brothers think of other brothers. I don't think that, even though we don't like these other groups, I don't think they're gonna just pull weapons out on us. I don't believe that. I would be a liar if I thought that. If I were to say that, I don't think they're gonna say that they would pull weapons out on us. So another group anyway. That's now the public. That's different. All right. But I don't think IUIC or ISUBK gonna pull weapons out on us and try to murder us. It's possible they could, but I don't think they would. All right, and it's pretty much the same thing here. Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another. Yeah, teaching that close, that was totally out of order to another group. Again, we've had people encroach on our areas and our exact spot before, and it exactly turned out great, but we either eventually just left, or we stood our ground and they just left. But it was never for contention. Like, we came here, we gonna if y'all don't leave, we gonna hurt y'all. It's either somebody physically attacked us. We pretty much did what IUIC did, whatever. And our spirit was just to not have any of our members hurt, and to make it so that we didn't look like we were the aggressors. All right, even though you kind of can't control that, but just case by case basis. A lot of it you ain't gonna see on YouTube, because it never made it to YouTube or made it to social media. Maybe somebody else got it on their camera phone, but then a certain angle might look bad or whatever. But we ain't gonna go up to nobody bullying nobody, or cussing them out because they feel like they're doing something wrong in our area or our spot. Just let them have it. All right, or we just say this is our spot, and y'all gotta leave. And if they had a problem with it, then if they attack us, that's on them. We gotta defend ourselves. Because just because somebody's in your spot, it doesn't mean that they're doing it in like maliciously or whatever. So it's lawful for you to ask them to make an adjustment, like move down the road or out the normal spot you be in. That's reasonable. It's not nothing to fight about. And they just moved, and one guy had a problem, and there was like a little pushing match going on, but it was minimal. All right. Again, we learn from that. And pretty much nobody really messes with us. Just be respectful, keep it verbal, keep a healthy distance because you're going to encounter people. Just because it's we know how to conduct ourselves out there. Don't mean we're not going to encounter difficulty, and we have to use our best judgment to get through a situation. It's going to happen. Brothers are going to come to their spots, and people are going to be in their spots or be around them, doing weird shit around them, running around fighting, and around you, and shit gonna get thrown at you. You got to just be wise and handle it case by case. I can't just tell you exactly what to do in the exact situation. Somebody could follow you, somebody could pull a weapon out on you. I can't give you instruction on what to do when somebody pull a weapon out on you. Okay, do you empty your pockets? Do you beg for your life? I can't tell you what to do. You got to figure out what to do in that situation. All right. So I'll leave you with this last one. It's Romans 8:26. All right, because some of you might be asking for judgment, like what to do. Well, that's a weakness. Not knowing something is a weakness. Look that word up. Infirmities is weakness. So you want judgment. Romans 8:26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. Yeah, if you go to the camp, somebody in your spot, what you going to do? What should we pray for? Not just your diseases and sicknesses, but what we should pray for. All right. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. All right. And you look up infirmities 769, G769. You got asthenia. Wanting of strength, being weak, whether physically, mentally, lacking judgment. All right. It says want of strength, capacity requisite to understand a thing, to do things great and glorious, to restrain corrupt desires. It's to bear trials and troubles. What to do if somebody's in your spot where you normally teach, playing fucking cards or setting up a damn Muslim oil table, all right, or a homeless person laying there. What do you do? Well, you pray beforehand, pray on the spot, because maybe the thing is, we normally teach here, and then we normally set up here. So is it okay if we set up here or whatever, or however you would articulate that. All right. And majority of the time, they just move. It's not, sometimes it might kind of take a while, be annoying or whatever, but majority of the time, people respect, when we move about certain areas, All right, so I'll leave that there. That's my 2 cents. Pray, because every situation is different, and not every situation, but there are different scenarios which can happen when you go out and preach. All right, but absolutely not. You shouldn't be preaching next to nobody. There's no excuse for that. There should be no confusion about the line of demarcation. That it should be clear. It shouldn't have been he had to grab your chair to move it, or he had the opportunity to try to take it. It should have been, everybody's stuff should have been completely separate. All right, so when we go out there and preach, Just be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. And I'm still recording. Yeah, I'm still recording. And pray that you can use good judgment when you encountering these people in the public. All right. It's kind of late in the day. We should kind of know how to carry ourselves out there by now, So, want of strength, to understand the thing. All right. So that's what we pray, how to be proper, to give proper judgment. All right. So hope you're edified. Shalom.